Hello, this is MBA Bites, our series about things you learn in business school and things you don't. I'm Vin Bittencourt, and today's episode is about a big career secret that hardly everyone mentions out there, the profit center. If you want to experience higher upward mobility into the corporate ladder, more money opportunities and better experiences, you got to stay close from the product creation side and the money side. Or at an enterprise level, that means working on the profit center side of the business as opposed to the cost center side of the business, or in a line function as opposed to a staff supporting role. So at any enterprise, you see a lot of people experiencing upward mobility, money rewards, and prestige, while everyone else lags in supportive administrative roles that are highly stressful and usually don't lead to the top position. What nobody tells you is this: people in top management, sales, or directly related to the product development reap almost all of the rewards at any enterprise. And that's because developing new products, finding new market opportunities, and selling is a lot more difficult than doing repetitive, routinized administrative work, as much as those activities are also crucial for the survival of the business as well. Line functions have P&L, profit and loss responsibilities. Staff functions don't. In the eyes of a company, or at least in public, everyone is valuable. They cannot demoralize people or lead anyone to believe that the system is imbalanced, but the underlying truth, it's more complicated than that. Those who bring higher value get higher value in return. Every business has the same set of priorities: more growth, more sales, new products, new services. Everything else is a cost of doing business, including yourself and your talent administrative team. Part of your career strategy is to build the skills to be able to move up to the profit side of the business, where the real promotions and money-making opportunities are. To put it simply, it's not that you don't bring value in an operational or in a cost center related role. It's just a lot harder to bring quantifiable impact to justify your contributions. The recognition just isn't there. So let's define some of the differences between a cost center and a profit center. A cost center is a subunit or a collection of departments that manages day-to-day operations. The primary functions of a cost center are controlling budgets and managing costs. In other words, cost centers are corporate central nerve systems in charge of optimization and efficiency. They eliminate pain points by creating SOPs, standard operating procedures, and systems for information control, procurement, order management system, fulfillment, client service, or any sort of client support activity. The essential work on a cost center is done behind curtains. Great operators are often the unsung heroes at corporations, and some of the unsung heroes are well paid and well trained in areas that sit at the cornerstone of the functioning of a company, such as information technology, database management, or any sort of technical activity which the business depends heavily to function. But over time, even those highly trained, highly qualified individuals experience less of upward mobility than people in sales and engineering roles, which are typical profit center side activities. A profit center is a revenue generating center. Profit centers are the whole reason why companies exist. Without profit centers, it would be impossible for any enterprise to perpetuate. A sales department is a profit center, as an example, because it ensures how much revenue will be made, the level of expenses that the business should incur to generate that revenue, and as a result, how much profits can be made. Salespeople are heavily incentivized to sell more, to land new accounts, to find new sources of growth. They are paid in commission and bonuses. They have budgetary assignments, travel budgets, opportunities to mingle and travel and connect with new clients. The same goes for technical folks, involved in the product development and responsible for the next generation of products. They are also showered with rewards, with perks, and many opportunities for growth in the corporate ladder. But those are highly competitive, highly coveted roles, and opportunities are not equally distributed. One of the reasons minority talents don't get into top jobs is because they're not part of the informal groups that lead to promotions into these high growth areas. They're too often involved in the cost side of the business. For instance, in a recent Fortune's magazine article, former Xerox CEO Ursula Burns drills down on this point when she claims that women in the corporate sector often find themselves limited to supporting roles that don't lead to CEO position. More specifically, she says, HR isn't going to get you there. Communication and the arts aren't going to get you there. The juice lies with people who are close from the product and the money. As an example, a separate analysis of the Wall Street Journal points out that at S&P 500 companies, only 11% of the CEOs are from an ethnic minority background. The fact of the matter is, this doesn't just affect talent female or ethnic minority groups. It affects everyone who's not part of those influential networks and who's pretty much working on the cost center side of the business with no P&L attributions. People in marketing or HR also don't get to the top because they lack the P&L exposure, which means a managerial experience running a unit, a brand, or a division, a typical career track that leads to a CEO position. Obviously, not every professional wants a top role of a company, but on average, stronger, more fulfilling careers are made on the profit center side of businesses. If you're career focused, you have to figure out how to get there, where the big decisions are made and tons of opportunities for growth are. Even people at executive level on HR or operations management are way more limited in terms of growth than their counterparts on the profit side. You should consider that as part of your career strategy. You may start on the cost center side until you build enough skills to move up to middle management. But from this point on, if you really want to continue to grow, you should consider having some P&L responsibility. Think critically and strategize how you're going to find those winning projects, how you're going to build those relationships for access, not just for the projects, but the roles that you need. Those are highly competitive roles. They're the gravy train. No one's going to give them to you unless they really trust your instincts, your vision for the future of the business. Part of it is merit, dedication, and talent, but part of it is being conscious of how the game is played, understanding why you need a sponsor, why you need access for career accelerating projects, why you need to be as close as possible from product or money. Those are some of the considerations for top money, top rewards, opportunities. If you're happy where you are on a cost center side or operational role, that's fine. Especially if you get to use your passions, your talents, you can still find opportunities, stability, and fulfillment on cost center side activities. But if you're hungry for more, if you see yourself hitting executive level someday, maybe looking at where you stand right now may give you an indication of the things you need to do to change. Hope you enjoyed this episode of MBA Bites, our series about things you learn in business school and things you don't. Thanks so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm Vin Bittencourt, and I'm here to bring you all things money, business, career. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.